Hello everyone, my name is Arti and you're watching SW News. On June 15th, 2020, the Indian and Chinese soldiers clashed at Galwan Valley. 2 months before that, India-China border face-off began over China's intrusion in Indian territory. The border issue went from a scuffle to skirmish to a violent face-off between the soldiers of the two countries on the unfateful night of June 15th. The violent face-off led to death of 20 Indian soldiers in Ladakh's Galwan Valley. As per the reports, Indian soldiers objected to the camps and other structures being erected by the PLA soldiers near Galwan Valley. A scuffle broke out which turned violent, and in this, 20 Indian soldiers were killed. The Indian side claims that the Chinese army had also suffered heavy casualties, but China is mum on the official figure of the casualties even today. However, an independent investigation by an Australian news media has now claimed that China suffered casualties higher than what was earlier suspected. Let us get into the report in a bit of detail, but before that, if you like the videos that we bring to you, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos and comment below it. Now, after the June 15th incident, China has yet not disclosed the actual number of casualties the PLA suffered. However, it did announce posthumous medals to its soldiers who died in the battle. However, it announced only 4 names of soldiers, sparking a debate on whether the loss count on Chinese side was more than or less than that of Indian side. However, Australian news media Clarkson has revealed in its report that Chinese side casualties were up to 38. In the exclusive findings, the editor and writer Anthony Clan has said that facts and images of 2 separate clashes that took place in Galwan were combined to gloss over facts. Let us first understand what was the methodology involved in and who all were involved in the investigation. According to the report, the Clarkson built a team of social media researchers for the purpose of investigation. These researchers sourced the information from Chinese bloggers, information obtained from mainland-based Chinese citizens, and media reports that have since been deleted by Chinese authorities. The investigation, according to reports, went on for almost a year. Now, what does the report say about the June 15th incident? Firstly, the report says the June 15th scuffle started over a temporary bridge construction. Indian soldiers constructed the bridge across a stream of the Galwan River. The PLA, on the other hand, was creating infrastructure in the mutually decided buffer zone since April 2020. The report states, though People's Liberation Army was constructing its own infrastructure in the buffer zone, the construction of a temporary bridge by the Indian troops aroused strong opposition by the Chinese side. It is this that eventually led to bloody clash on June 15th in 2020. Secondly, on June 6th, 80 PLA soldiers came to dismantle the bridge created by the Indian side. 100 Indian troops came to defend it. It was decided that both the sides will withdraw all personnel who cross the buffer zone. PLA did not adhere to its promise and instead of dismantling its own infrastructure as agreed upon, secretly dismantled the river crossing bridge constructed by the Indian Army. This is what the report says. Now thirdly, the report further says that on June 15th, Colonel Santosh Babu came with his troops to the disputed area. The Chinese forces were led by Colonel Shi Fabao. The report says there were 150 Chinese soldiers who formed a battle formation instead of discussing the issue with the Indian troops. According to the report, Colonel Fabao attacked the Indian soldiers first. However, he was immediately besieged by the Indian Army troops. So, to rescue him, a PLA battalion commander and a soldier entered the encirclement of Indian Army and started a physical scuffle with Indian troops using steel pipes, sticks, and even stones. This was done to provide cover for their commander to escape. In the meantime, another soldier from the Chinese side, who the report identifies as Xiao Xuan, of the Motor Infantry Battalion, had been recording this entire event. However, as soon as the fight turned physical, he left the camera on spot and joined Chinese attackers. But he was severely wounded by the Indian soldiers and later he succumbed to his injuries. Now further, the report says 2 Chinese soldiers died in the physical battle, but when the third comrade fell, the PLA troops began to retreat. one of the 4 confirmed dead, reportedly came forward to help his retreating comrades and led the way back. Report says that PLA soldiers were so panicked that they did not even wear their water pants. They decided to cross the Galwan river in the dark of the night, wading icy waters in sub-zero temperature. However, the river rose suddenly and injured soldiers of the Chinese side reportedly kept slipping and being washed downstream. Citing several Weibo users, which is a Chinese version of Twitter, the report says at least 38 soldiers from the Chinese side drowned to death. The report says it seems that after initial clash, both sides appear to have called for reinforcement, and in the subsequent fight, 20 Indian soldiers are suspected to have lost their lives. The report also claims that China has hidden from the world entire truth of the event, presenting mostly fabricated stories. The report says evidence has also emerged to strongly suggest that several reports of the Galwan Valley clash conflated facts and imagery from 2 separate but similar clashes that occurred just over a week apart in the region. One clash took place in the day and the other took place at night. The latest revelations come at a time when the Chinese aggression has seen a political debate in the parliament. Recently, the Chinese soldiers also abducted a miner from Arunachal Pradesh. After the diplomatic level talks, he was released. However, the team said that Chinese soldiers tortured him and even gave him electric shock. While both the sides have gone back from their position in the buffer zone at LAC, agreement has not reached over withdrawing troops from some contentious areas. The 14th round of Corps Commander level talks, which was held last month, lasted for around 13 hours at Chushul Moldo meeting point. The talk before that ended in stalemate. Even today, each side currently has around 50,000 to 60,000 troops along the line of actual control in the sensitive sector. Defense experts agree that China has never been forthcoming in disclosing the true picture of casualties on their side. Thus, the investigation by Australian news agency is an important disclosure. Do let us know what you think about this in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in.